What is up, YouTube? It is I, Clutch Marles, and I'm back. And the sun's out, so that can only mean one thing. It's the weekend, and we're working on cars. The dogs are running around. It is 60 degrees here in southern Indiana. Check this out. 2004 Dodge Grand Caravan. Back there, we have a 1962 Mercury Monterey. And in the shop, we have a 1997 Mercury Grand Marquis, and we're working on all of them this weekend. Here we go. Christmas Eve, my teammates were kind of making me feel bad for being the only one on the team that really hasn't touched their van yet. I started stripping this out. Took about 5 minutes to get the carpet and all the panels out. Today I'm going to be working on removing the front seats, removing the dash, and tomorrow it will be ready to start cutting the cage and getting it set in here. Now, this 1962 Mercury, a buddy called me up and said, "Hey, would you have time to strip one more for me over the holidays?" I said, "Hell yeah, I got you." I wanted to strip it just because, look how cool this is. This is what it's like having golden retrievers. Anyway, so this Mercury is mostly stripped except for the back rear quarters and the dash, the headlight assembly, and the tail light assembly. That's all she's got left in the back window. And then this car is ready to go back. Then we have the Mercury. Tomorrow we are getting the front bumper put on. We're going to finish welding up the doors. We got the drive shaft put in last week. After that, it's topping off all the fluids. While it's up in the air, I did fire it up and put it in a gear. I think my shifter is off by like one click. We'll adjust that, and she should be ready for a maiden voyage. After that, it's going to be getting a hood, getting the hood, getting the brackets welded on it to bolt it down, the trunk, uh, getting it ready, and then fuck, are we done? We might be done after that point. Like, then it'll just be touching up stuff and paint. Now, I had a minivan burn up earlier this year, and it had my roof sign on it. So GH Graphics, George Highnote is making me a new roof sign. I'm supposed to be getting it before this January show. And, I pretty much told him, like, hey, like, Mountain Dew me a roof sign. Like, make it green and surprise me. So we'll see what he comes up with. Okay, here we are. I'm going to start taking this dash out. And, you know, minivans and most front wheel drive cars, they love wires. I bet there's a bunch of wires behind this. Maybe not. What I like to do, if I'm not running a simplified harness, like in my W bodies, I know they have them now for Toyota Siennas, Honda Odysseys. Like, all of them have a wiring harness that you can put on the minivan. If I'm not running a harness, what I do is I'm going to get a Dremel or an oscillating tool, and I will just cut this dash out in sections making sure not to hit any wires and leaving all the important stuff still there and hooked up. As far as the back of the vans go, like right here is the ground. All of this, like what is this? What's this go to? I don't know. It might go to this door opener. Who really knows? Like this box and everything will be worked back, and maybe we'll just throw it down in there. Like all the wiring, the tail lights, like it will all get moved back towards the middle, a safer place, and then we will any grounds that we have unlanded, we will hook them back up. That's the thing. These cars love all the wires, and if you start taking them out, unplugging stuff, then before too long, you have a big issue. Now this headliner, I was a little concerned at the beginning because I thought I was going to look like mankind, covered in thumbtacks by the time I got done with this. But then, I used my big brain and I just started taking out the whole headliner unit instead of just pulling the cloth down. We'll take the whole unit out, and then we shouldn't have to deal with any of the thumbtacks. Here we have the dash. Surprisingly, it came out really easy. I still got the gauge cluster there. The only thing I've unplugged here is the radio, which is right there, the HVAC. Now, a lot of cars nowadays, like, they will not work without the gauge cluster in. I believe this one will. Some won't work without the radio in. I believe this one will, but I'm leaving it all. This thing here holding the steering column back there, like, that looks plastic. That's crazy. I guess maybe in a collision it breaks. Zoom in. There we go. Maybe that breaks in a collision. Yeah, never seen that before. It is snowing. It's freezing. We got a van underneath a tarp. Y'all hit like, hit subscribe, tell your friends, because we're building a minivan outdoors, and we're going to Florida with it. So that's exciting. I've never been to Florida except for their airport and the port that all the cruises fly or cruise out of. So, we're gonna go see the new Gulf of America. Trump's renaming it, baby. So yeah, y'all hit like, hit subscribe. It's almost the weekend here in my world, so we'll be able to do some daytime videos on the minivan. As far as the Merc, she's getting there. We got to do window bar, top off all the fluids, get a hood, finish painting it, and I think that's about it. So let's go.